This week on Shed by the Tracks, appears I have a bit of a temper, and I can't seem to find the right wrench. How about that? No, I'll get something else. No, oh, there you go. And I'm possibly having a bit of a reaction to my new medications. Day 84 of the 10-minute job. I rake some leaves and find a wrench. All that and more on this episode, where we ask the burning question:
how dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
Okay, we got this all tore apart, and got it in pieces so that we can blacken this or blue it or whatever you want to call it. And that's what we're going to do. We got some linseed oil here. Probably better set it over here, just so we don't have a wreck or a fire. So let's see what we can do with this. I'm going to attempt to actually make this blue or black. It's hard to do because the difference in the heat between it just, I don't know how to explain it, between it just being kind of straw colored and actually blue, the difference in the heat is very small. So I'm going to take my glasses off so I can get right up here and get burnt. I'm going to try to bring the temp up all at once. Okay, we got a little bit of straw color there. I don't know if you're seeing this or not, but here, let me get you in there. I don't know if you can tell or not, but kind of straw right in through here, right there. Kind of trying to turn right in there. Oops, we got some blue. Gotta be careful. That blue will go away if you get it overly hot. Sorry, I'm in the way. I think that's about as good as she's going to look. We'll just glue it up right about there. Alright. And the piece de resistance. Come on. Where's my pliers? Put that on there all over. should. See, I almost lost color right in this area, but it's good enough. There. Where we at? That's kind of what I was shooting for. Alright, we'll let that cool off. Remember, don't fiddle around with this linseed oil. You know, you don't have to lay in bed and worry about it at night, but just be careful where you throw this. I lay them in the driveway. Alright, we got it on there. Here's how she looks. Here's how the bracket turned out. Probably hard to see through the dirty windshield. But let me go to the other side. It's amazing how much time can be spent on such a little thing just because you're going for a look or whatever. And the bluing turned out good on the bracket. That turned out good, almost looks painted. So yeah, there we go. I've set in it and it seems to be helpful. So there you go. One rear view mirror, all ready to hit the road. I picked my rag up a little bit ago and I'll show you. I saw that on it. I thought it was blood. So I checked my hands and my nose and everything else, couldn't find nothing. I thought, what the heck? Finally turned out it's red grease. Yeah, so, you know, I'm fine. What's next? It's got to be something next. I could go back to working on shocks, I guess. But I'm kind of wanting to mess around with this temperature gauge I bought. I bought it from India. It took 4 weeks to get here, and I'm going to tell you something about stuff from India. Well, I guess I should go back and talk about stuff from China. As we all know, the stuff we get from China leaves a little to be desired. I have found, now don't tell anybody else, this is just between you and me, I have found the things that I purchase from India have a lot of quality to them. Now, it might not go for everything, but everything I've been happy with everything I've got from India. So, I don't know, they've stepped their game up there, I guess. You know, China's getting fat and happy and just kind of, you know, hanging back. You know, so that's my 2 cents on parts from India or China. You know, whatever. If you got a chance to get it from India, go for it. It takes a while, but I think it's worth it. Anyways, that's it for today. Hey there. I was just sitting here doing some editing for next week's show. I kind of went down a rabbit hole with some old television shows I used to watch. How many of you guys remember that show, Petticoat Junction? Man, that was a great show, wasn't it? Yeah. That's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow. Yeah, when you were a kid, you used to hear that tune, watch Uncle Joe hobble around. You'd laugh. Yeah, well, ain't so damn funny now, is it? Nope. That was 50 years ago when you were young and full of promise. And now, well, you're Uncle Joe. Man, what the hell happened? You know, I'll tell you a weird thing. Every time I go to the doctor and they weigh me and measure me, see how tall I am? I lose a half an inch. Yeah. But, on the other hand, every time a socket rolls underneath the truck and I gotta get down there on the ground on my hands and knees to fish it out of there, oh man, ground's further and further away. How's that happen? And when I gotta get back up, man, I'm waving my arms around like Pete Townsend trying to grab onto something. There's more popping and grinding and crying than when Dad tried to teach Mom how to drive a stick. The other day I threw my back out peeling a grape. Yeah, that's pathetic. Well, there's nothing you can do about it. I suppose a guy could, start exercising and, cut back a little bit on the beer, maybe back to just a couple of cases a day, and maybe, only a half a dozen donuts for breakfast. But let's be honest, that's not going to happen. Well, I say just relax. Just let Father Time take care of it. There are a lot worse things in life than getting old. Yep. Number one being not getting old. Close second being anything involving children. So quit your complaining, swallow 8 or 10 more Tylenol, and just take one day at a time. Although at your age, you might want to cut that back to 45 minutes. Well, there I am. I lived through the 100-degree weather this week, and on the hottest day, which would have been Wednesday, it got up to, 102, 105, whatever. And my friend Jeff, that has the 1924 T, he decided that was the day that we should go down to West Branch, birthplace of Herbert Hoover, and look at some free Model T parts. So I said, what the hell, two guys with heart conditions out in 100-degree weather, what could go wrong? So anyways, we went down there and I brought home a couple things, not really anything that's a big deal, but I couldn't let it go to the scrapper, so let's go out and look at it. Okay, we've got, if I can see, 2 rear ends that were laying on top of the pile. My plan is to disassemble them and see if there's anything salvageable inside of them. And these are These are pre-improved Model T, so it'd be pre 26, 25 on back. Once you get past 25 on back, I don't know how to tell anything apart. So I just know they got the small brakes, so that makes them older. Anyways, I'm gonna see what's left in there and salvage the bits. Got a spring on each one of them, so you know those are good. If the guy breaks a spring, those on this one here, that's a little sketchy. But I think my plan is, once I get them tore apart, since I can't use this small brake drum deal, I may just hack these off right in this area here and make jack stands out of them, because they will work for that. And I got a couple of nice pre-improved model rear cross members. So what I'm doing is what was that? I've managed to break the top off my penetrating oil master blaster. So now I've got a new technique, which is you just kind of push it up against there and shoot it all over the place, because I am not buying another one of these till this is gone. These bolts up here, I think all that stuff will come out. But I want to get these shackles off and stuff, because that spring, it weighs a ton. So I don't know, there you go. That's the freebie Model T parts. But you know, there's a good chance that these bearings in here are okay. Good chance they're not too, I guess. Ring gear, the center section that spins, spider. So yeah, couldn't just let it go to the scrapper and make Pepsi cans out of it. So anyway, that's that. Yep. Let's see. We'll just put this up here. I may, just for the heck of it, grab a wrench and see if anything on those will come apart. We'll find out. Alright. Well, let's see what this looks like inside here. I'm just curious and can't wait to find out. I don't know, can you see that? The excitement builds. Will it be any good? Is it garbage? We knew going into this it was garbage, so I guess that's not going to be any big surprise. Some good Model T bolts here. I'm taking that as a good sign. See how wet that is? I'm going to say that means that there's still grease and oil and all that stuff in here. There's a bolt you don't see all the time with the slot in the head of it. That's interesting. Oh, we're getting closer. This is it. 2 more to go. That one's wet, oily. I mean, if any of these parts are still good for free, that's a heck of a bargain. All right. And the last one's a booger. There we go. Okay. This is it. Nice and greasy. Yep. We need something here. Still pretty sticky out here. It appears that the only thing holding that from turning is out here, probably. Let's see how much comes out. If anything. A little bit. Not much. Well, that gear looks pretty dang good. I'm going to assume it's a standard gear. What I need to do is get this nut off so I can pull the hub off. The guy told me that this had wooden wheels on it. It was made into a wagon, hay wagon, and he said the wooden wheels were good till he parked it for about 30 years, and then he came out and there wasn't any wheels left. So that's pretty typical. I don't know if there's any way in the world this nut is going to come off of here or not. I can't never remember what size these are. Not that one. Not that one. It ain't that one. Which one is it? Nope. I got the right one now. I can tell you I'm not going to horse around with this too long. Let's try something else. I could just cut it off, but I'm a little afraid of damaging the axle. It's just junk parts in it, so I'm not spending all day. Alright, it's about to get real. Well, we saved the thread, everything but the nut. You know if there's enough threads on there too. We shall see. Well, neighbors out there sawing up some wood today. Looks like they might be getting ready for a bonfire. I don't know. Well, it's a nice day today and I didn't want to waste it. So I was kind of thinking I probably should get this license plate on the front of this thing. And I've tried to kind of decide what I'm going to do. I guess that wouldn't look too bad, huh? We'll figure out a way to do it. Shouldn't be that hard, should it? I've got over here in my mystery box I got a license plate holder. Look at that, fits right over that. That won't work, will it? Never mind. That was stupid. Something along these lines. I don't know. What do you think? Is there anything I could just bolt to here without making a bunch of brackets and stuff? Probably not. Because for this to look right, it's going to have to be just in the right spot. Let me think about this. Alright, here's the bracket I cobbled up. See, it goes around the top of that, hooks here, got a spacer in there, and then the bolts for the license plates will go in through here, like so. So yeah, there we go. She's a little farmered, but it'll work. It's tight. Ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. So I'll show you it when the plate's on. I've spent way more time on this than I should have. This is the time of year here in the Midwest we refer to as fall. Or, if you're a communist in Vermont, you call it autumn. for many people, it's their favorite time of year. The crisp, chilly air, the changing of the foliage, and warm thoughts of the upcoming holiday. But for some of us, our thoughts turn to sky-high heating bill, raking endless mountains of leaves, and holiday meals with relatives that never miss a chance to remind you how nice your home is for someone with so little education. In fall, green gives way to brown. The warmth turns to numbing cold, and the freedom of t-shirts is buried under layer upon layer of flannel. This time of year, smiling people pass me by and cheerfully say, "Isn't this a beautiful fall day?" I smile and respond with, "Ah yes, autumn, the season of death." But here on the plains, when the north wind blows, I take comfort in small things, like the fact that the average age of a man breaking his yard and dying of a heart attack is 72, and knowing I've got a few good years left. So take heart. There is always the promise that spring will come again, and if the effects of that old lucky strike pack-a-day habit doesn't kick in for another 6 months, you'll be able to again see the green grass from a standing position. Okay, I'll give you a look. Doesn't look too bad here. Get this off of here so you can get the full effect without that draped over the wheel. Warmed up a bit. There it is. There's how she looks. Not bad. And the little clampies I made for it. I don't know if you can see them down in there or not. Ugh. That's what I made. I didn't film a lot of it because I was getting warm and was pretty crabby. And now I'm about ready to tip over. Oh, blood thinners. They're the only way to go. Gee, many cripes. Come on, focus. Well, I'm really legal now. Kind of takes the fun out of it. But, yeah, it looks alright. What did I do? Get something on there or scratch it already? For God's sakes! That's why we can't have nice things. Alright, that's enough for today. I've had it.